안녕하세요. Riding on the Korean wave. Welcome to a brand new week with the Culture Wave. I'm Kwon So-ah in Seoul. Explore with us Korea's culture from all aspects and stay up to date with K-entertainment, K-trends, K-people, K-everything. For today's show, we are joined by our co-host Walter Lee. Hello, Walter.
Hello, Soa, and hello to every one of our viewers at home. We have a fully packed program, including K-Ent News, where I'll be providing you with the latest in world of K-entertainment.
Yes, we will have that, and we actually have a special focus on K-pop today, because also later in the show we're going to talk to an expert about the latest K-pop releases and what we can look forward to in the world of K-pop in 2025, so in the new year. And speaking of the new year, also we have a first report coming up that will give us a sneak peek into everything K-culture planned for this year. So from K-pop returns to fresh debuts, as well as new movies and streaming platform series. Our culture correspondent Song Yoo-jin has the key K-culture schedule for 2025 covered.
If you're curious about some of the K-culture events and content coming up this year, this is your guide. Starting with K-pop, several big names will be back in the spotlight. The long wait for BTS fans is almost over.
With all members set to complete their military service by June, I think BTS-related topics will once again be heavily in the spotlight this year.
And Blackpink is ready to be in your area once again. YG Entertainment's chief producer Yang Hyun-seok confirmed last July that new music and a world tour are on the way. Meanwhile, a new generation of stars is ready to shine. 3 of the big 4 K-pop agencies, JYP, SM, and YG, are planning to debut new groups this year. JYP will kick things off with the debut of its 7-member boy group, Kickflip, this month. SM is gearing up to introduce its first girl group in 5 years following aespa, while YG will also unveil its new group, which chief producer Yang calls the next monster. Turning to cinema, 2 of Korea's most celebrated directors are making their much-anticipated returns.
Bong Joon-ho's Mickey 17, which explores the world of cloned humans, and Park Chan-wook's latest film, No Other Choice, are in the lineup. There's excitement about how these works from master directors will shape and inspire new cultural trends.
Bong's sci-fi film Mickey 17, starring Robert Pattinson and Steven Yeun, will hit North American theaters on March 7th with its Korean release earlier that month. Meanwhile, Park's new thriller No Other Choice, featuring Lee Byung-hun and Son Ye-jin, is keeping its release date under wraps. Streaming platforms are also ready for some major releases. Squid Game fans won't have to wait long for the next installment. Following the recent release of Season 2, the Netflix original will conclude with its 3rd and final season as early as this summer.
I shot the Season 2 and 3 at the same time, continuously. So I'm now working on the post of Season 3. It's almost done. We're working on the music and CGI right now.
The streaming giant is also bringing back another favorite. Its 2024 hit Culinary Class Wars will return with a 2nd season in the latter half of the year, promising more intense and thrilling cooking competitions. From music to film and streaming, that was your 2025 Culture Preview. Song Yoo-jin, Arirang News.
And time for the latest K-entertainment news with Walter Lee. Walter, a celebrity power couple was said to have done a good supported those in need.
Yes.
Who are we talking about?
Last week we did talk about a BTS member who was very supportive in need. It was J-Hope, and now this week we're going to talk about a celebrity couple, Korean celebrity couple Hyunbin as well as Son Ye-jin have donated 300 million Korean won. Now that roughly estimates to about $204,000 to help those in need. Now they reportedly said that they hope to spread warmth this winter. Now the couple have consistently participated in charitable endeavors, providing support each year to low-income families, children and adolescents with rare diseases, and also single mothers. This tradition continued last year as they carried on with their philanthropic initiatives. Now, they contributed 150 million Korean won, which is just over $100,000 to Asan Medical Center to assist with medical treatment costs for vulnerable patients, and donated an additional 150 million won to development funds for pediatrics, obstetrics, and gynecology departments at the Samsung Medical Center.
And now from a power couple to a power girl group, 21.
Yes, a power girl group indeed. So second generation K-pop supergroup 21 have been touring across Asia to celebrate their 15th anniversary, which started off right here in Korea last year. Now, with the popularity of their tour, according to YG Entertainment, on Monday, 21 will hold their what's called the 2025 21 Concert Welcome Back Encore in Seoul. Now, the concert is set for April 12th and 13th, offering fans another taste of what the girls have to give. Now, the venue has been actually upgraded to the KSPO Dome in Olympic Park, Seoul, significantly expanding its scale. Now, the audience capacity will be over 3 times larger than the October Seoul concert, which marked the start of their tour, reflecting the group's effort to meet the overwhelming demand of their fans. Now, pre-sale tickets for the concert will be open at 8 p.m. February 5th. I remind you, 8 p.m. February 5th through Interpark tickets.
Great news for 21 fans.
Yes.
And last but not least, Walter, we have some K-movie news.
Yes, so an interesting and amusing title, in my opinion, for a movie that is about to premiere soon. The movie Forbidden Fairy Tale, or 동화지만 정불립니다, which is in Korean translates to fairy tale but rated R. Now, this stars Park Ji-hyun as well as Super Junior's Choi Si-won as well as Song Dong-il, is scheduled to hit theaters this Wednesday. Now, Forbidden Fairy Tale tells the story of rookie public servant Dambi, played by Park Ji-hyun, who works in the Youth Protection Division. Now, her dream is to become a children's book author, but she unexpectedly finds that she's quite good at writing adult romance novels.
Okay.
Now, however, Dambi's job is actually to crack down on illegal pornography, including the romance novels she is writing and that have been uploaded secretly online. So it's quite interesting. Now, Choi Si-won, who's from Super Junior, takes the role of Chon-sok, the former ace of the Youth Protection Division enforcement team. And meanwhile, Song Dong-il will be cast as Hwang, a veteran in the adult web novel industry.
Sounds like a very unique and fun movie.
It does indeed.
Well, thank you very much for those K-Inter news, Walter, and stick around.
Will do.
And now for some other culture-related news, we turn to our AI anchor, Ari.
Welcome to the Culture Wave AI News. Let's jump right into our top story. The number of tourists visiting Korea's southernmost Jeju Island last year reached nearly 13.8 million, reflecting a 3% increase compared to 2023, according to the Jeju Tourism Association. That figure included over 1.9 million foreign visitors, nearly tripling from the previous year. This surge is attributed to the expansion of international flights and cruises connecting Jeju with other countries, as well as the global popularity of Jeju-themed K-dramas. Gangwon-do Province has officially launched its 2025 to 2026 Visit Gangwon Years campaign, aiming to attract 200 million annual tourists. With 150 million visitors already recorded annually, the province plans to strengthen its position as a leading tourism destination in Korea through bold promotional efforts. Gangwon-do will designate 1 or 2 cities each month as recommended travel destinations and offer free admissions and discounts at key attractions. Hwacheon and Hongcheon have been selected for January, with various winter festivals set to kick off later in the month. The province also plans to create a variety of unique tourism programs, including DMCP's trail tours and K-culture-themed experiences. And speaking of winter festivals in Gangwon, The famous Pyeongchang Trout Festival has officially kicked off. Recognized as one of Korea's top winter festivals, the event features a variety of activities centered around trout fishing, along with winter leisure experiences. Highlights include ice fishing and barehanded trout catching. Visitors can also savor freshly caught trout, prepared in a variety of delicious ways. Since its debut in 2007, the festival has steadily grown, boosting the local economy and cementing its status as a cornerstone of Gangwon's winter tourism scene. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more cultural updates and engaging discussions coming your way.
With the beginning of 2025, many K-pop fans are excited about their stars' comebacks. The popularity of Korean pop music is very likely to continue this year. Today, we want to explore fresh K-pop trends we can expect this year, as well as comeback releases. And for that, we are now connected to Professor Sidabo Seiji at Busan National University. Good to see you, Professor Seiji.
Hello, Professor.
Good to see you too.
So, with the start of the new year, K-pop acts have been releasing new songs one after another, signaling a full-fledged comeback season. I believe even today, this Monday, we're seeing new releases. So please tell us about the latest comebacks, Professor Seiji.
Well, of course, as a Shawol, I've been enjoying Onyu. He's got a new song out, Manse, and then I'm looking forward to the song that's going to be released today, Winner. Boy Next Door is also releasing today. They have a new song called If I Say I Love You, and I'm sure that fans are going to be answering, we love you too, right back at this powerful sextet. And one of the things that many K-pop fans are looking forward to is G-Friend. G-Friend is a girl group that's had a very, very loyal following, and they're having this 10th anniversary promotion starting from later this month. Now, a lot of fans have felt like HYBE never treated G-Friend right. And considering some of the media comments that we've seen from the members, I think many are wondering, is this actually a permanent reunion under new management? So we can see how fans respond to the new single that's going to be released today, to the 10th anniversary album to be released later this month. And during the tour, it's going to be really interesting to see how much they rely on nostalgia for fan favorites, and if they include work by BBG, which was a group formed by 3 members of G-Friend during this hiatus period. I think BBG's work was some of the best in K-pop in the last 2 years. And of course, IVE is also coming back soon. They're releasing Rebel Heart next week with an album following in February. Just a lot of good music coming.
Sounds like there's a lot coming out, and I honestly think that G-Friend was actually very underrated. I think they should have got a lot more attention than what they did in the past. But is there a group or singer in particular that's, raising expectations, and why do you think that might be?
Well, I think that for a lot of K-pop fans, the return of GOT7 after their military service is hugely anticipated. A lot of these other groups that I've just mentioned are releasing after maybe a 6-month break or even less, but fans are really holding their breath until January 20th when they'll hear the first new GOT7 music after more than 2 years. Some of the individual members have released songs. JB recently released, but I expect GOT7 to be dominating music headlines this winter and early spring.
And also there's another group that's going to be out of the military service. 2025 is really going to be an exciting year for the Army or BTS fans because all of the members will have completed their mandatory military service in the coming months. So Professor Seiji, how do you see the year for BTS this year?
Well, of course, I'm only speculating, but I expect to see a live group appearance in Korea shortly after Suga completes his service. That's going to be midsummer, so it's hard to predict what sort of format that could take, but I think that a fan meeting is the most likely format. With the enormous popularity of BTS worldwide and the long wait since their last performance as the full seven, any tickets for such a festa will probably be the hardest tickets to purchase in 2025. There may be a single from the predicted post-military album released before the end of the year, but I think that because the members of BTS don't have this pressure of looming service, that they're going to focus on quality productions and the core values of the group and do everything they can to meet the very high expectations from music lovers around the world. Therefore, I don't expect a rushed schedule with releases. I also wonder if we might see some remakes from the Hwayang Yeonhwa trilogy. It would be interesting to see how BTS would approach some of those early hits as mature artists.
Well, it might not be a very rushed comeback, but still looking definitely forward to BTS as a whole group, right?
Well, it's still been amazing the fact that even though they are in their military service, that they're still maintaining their popularity. They're still individually, doing their own things and, breaking records, even though, most of them are in the military and the people who are out already are just doing amazing things already on Spotify and so forth. But on the other hand, some male idols will have to take a break from their activities as they enroll into the military service this year. 17, for instance, is said to be preparing for such a break. Isn't that right?
Yeah, 17 has been on fire through the end of this year with a lot of special music show appearances, and they've been flooding us with new content lately. A couple of months ago, we had Love, Money, Fame and Eyes on You. And then last month, we had the Japanese single, Shohikigen. And D8 also released Orbit last month. On the 8th, Boo Seok-soon's new single will be released. I really like the teaser. It has this message that we can find our youth now, no matter what age we are. And a new Hoshi and Uji song has been announced. And since Hoshi is my bias in the group, I'm really excited for that one. But like all fans, I've been very conscious that the members have to enter the military. Junghan has already done so. But as we've discussed before on this program, it's become easier for idols to get through this military service period than it was in the past. And as one of the most successful groups in the industry, I'm confident that 17 is strategically well prepared.
Right, just like BTS and also many other boy groups, they have already set a great example, and so that's why a military hiatus is not a hiatus anymore. We don't want to call it a hiatus anymore. But we're now going to go over to girl groups, Walter.
Exactly, and I guess we can't talk about girl groups, especially with the fact that these individual members have just done amazing things by themselves, and to think that they are actually a band and not actual, solo artists. But this year we also will see the return of obviously Blackpink as a whole band after a period of solo careers, everyone doing their own thing. What impact will their reunion have on the music industry, do you think, Professor?
Well, that's a good question. Before they even start their group promotions, Lisa's album actually is going to release in February. And we've already heard 3 songs from that, but there may be some additional, wonderful music that we're going to be introduced to. Pre-sales have been very robust. The actual group return is scheduled for the second half of 2025. And I mean, these women are absolutely a supergroup. There are so many people who don't bother learning idols' names, who can confidently recognize all 4 of these women. I think, their appeal is so broad because their appeal is in fashion, they're very notable for the trends they popularize. And also they have so many appearances in the media, television, acting and whatnot. And of course, their recent solo releases is people just can't stop thinking about them, can't stop talking about them. But throughout their entire career, Blackpink has accustomed fans to really long waits between comebacks, between new released music. Fortunately, their work has been very consistent. Almost every time they come back, their songs are bigger hits than they've been in the previous release, and they've stayed very true to this core, like Teddy Park produced sound that fans really enjoy. So right now, when they have this growing catalog and they have these solo songs that have proved to be absolute world hits, I think that the group is really particularly well poised for a dream of a world tour, the kind of world tour that they can do alternating solo sets with group sets, and finally having a large enough catalog to really continue for a full 3-hour spectacle. So I think that more than anything, I'm looking forward to the world tour.
Can't wait for that. What's expected to be a spectacular world tour either. Now, we're now going to talk about some highly anticipated new faces that are going to appear on the K-pop scene, because all three big entertainment giants here in Korea, SM, JYP, and YG, are expected to launch new groups, right?
Yeah, that's true. And actually, before we even get into those, I want to mention that Lee Soo-man is also returning to the K-pop scene with his new production company, A20 Entertainment. Now, of course, we all know that SM Entertainment was originally founded by Lee Soo-man. And for many years, we saw that he was someone who could identify this telltale sign of stardom in young K-pop hopefuls. And throughout his career, everyone that he's released has been a sensation. And so I'm really curious to see if he can replicate that success without the empire he built for himself at SM Entertainment. I mean, how much of SM's success in the past was from Lee Soo-man, and how much of it was the combination of all of the behind the scenes excellent employees in the room, making these music and developing these artists together. So that's going to be really interesting. As for the rest of the groups, okay, so JYP is going to release a new boy group. They did this survival show, Loud. It was from the middle of 2021. And finally, they're going to release a group that's kind of from that show. The group is going to be called Kickflip. Apparently, they have a sort of skateboard concept. And they're releasing their first MV today. So I think a lot of people are going to be waiting for that to pop up. The lineup of the group actually has been kept a secret. They're going to be a 7-member group, but Loud only had 5 successful contestants and 1 later dropped out. So we have 3 members of this group that we have no clue who they're going to be. So that's going to be an interesting surprise later today. And then SM Entertainment, they're releasing a new girl group. They don't have a name for it yet, although it's rumored to have 8 or possibly 9 members. So this is kind of going back more towards that Sonia Shide sort of model of this, large girl group. And they're probably going to debut around July. So aespa was the last girl group that was brought out by this legendary agency. And this new group is going to be the first group that is primarily a product of the post-Lee Soo-man management at the company. So it'll be interesting to see in what ways the flavor is perhaps different from in that earlier era. Now, finally, YG Entertainment has stated that they are releasing a new group, but there are no details. Their most recent group was Baby Monster, obviously a girl group. So the new group could be a boy group, but we don't know. YG is going to be really busy in 2025. Winner is finally touring again for the first time since 2022. And there's activities by 2NE1, Blackpink, Treasure, Baby Monster, Akdong Musician. You know, YG's stocks actually went up in 2024, unlike the value of the stocks at SM and JYP. So it looks like YG is actually situated for a very successful 2025 as well.
It's going to be a very busy year for the top entertainment agencies, along with hype also, of course, with BTS and so forth. But Professor Seiji, finally, just briefly, what issues in the K-pop industry are you looking forward to the most in 2025?
Well, I love so many groups and solo idols. I feel like 2025 is going to be really great to see so many of them active again. In addition to groups that we've already mentioned, EXO is going to be back. And after Big Bang finally showed us 3 members on the stage again, I'm really looking forward to see what will happen with Big Bang in the new year. Perhaps some, group music from there as well. Of course, Stray Kids, ATEEZ are going really strong. Now, with girl groups, instead of looking forward to new music, I'm looking forward to the girl boss concept shifting to an actual girl boss. I hope that all the actions that were started by New Jeans and by KG of Vicha bring some real change to the industry. I assume you may also have seen the recently released Body Mentory documentary, which exposed a lot of the terrible costs of the pressure put on K-pop stars, especially female idols, to maintain a really unnaturally, unhealthily slim physique. So I'm hoping that 2025 is the year when the industry prioritizes health and well-being of idols and respecting their autonomy.
Right, let's hope for another highly anticipated year in the world of K-pop and also for the best of all those K-pop stars, as you just mentioned, Professor Seiji. So thank you very much for your insights today.
Thank you. Have a good one.
And thank you, Walter. We will see you back on Wednesday.
Thank you, Soa.
Thank you for spending the past half an hour with us on the Culture Wave. Please join us again tomorrow on Tuesday at 2 p.m. Korea time and maybe one day here in Korea.